Oh, testing, testing. I was saying, okay, so boys, now we are going into chapter 21, the homework, where we talk about business cycle and unemployment rates, etc. Okay, now this is not a difficult homework, so let's get started immediately. All right, now here, now let's look at this one, the first question. Now, the first question, business cycle, okay, refers to remember. First of all, when we talk about business cycle, it must be short run. Okay, so long run, you can say goodbye. Okay, 一定 ABC 啦。Short run fluctuation. Okay, of something. Let's see what is that something. First, in GDP. Well, actually, GDP is one of the criteria to look at a business cycle, but it is not just about GDP, right? So, not correct. Now, B, fluctuations of aggregate economic activity around its long-run trend, right? So, I think this is actually the most likely answer, right? So, not too difficult. Here. Now, what about C? Fluctuations of economy's production capacity. Okay, now again, production capacity may be one way to look at it, but the most likely answer is B in here. Okay, now just definition things, nothing too difficult. Now, what about number 2? Now, number 2 here, we have a long-term trend, the average growth, etc. on real GDP, okay, not growth rate, but on real GDP. Now, point X, what is it? Now, point X, I think you can see, this is what we call a peak. Okay, so let's see which one is correct about point X, okay? First of all, inventory of producers are accumulating. No, this is wrong because at point X, most likely the private consumption would be at its highest. 既然個個都買嘢啦, when everyone is buying, there should be less stock available. Because why? Think about it. Why inventory would be accumulating? Because no one buys it, right? So it should just be the opposite. It shouldn't be accumulating. There should be very few stock left. Okay, so 1 not correct, 2 and 3. Now let's see. Unemployment rate is at a very low level. Yes. Prices increase persistently. Now I think persistently, this word is problematic if you ask me. We can only say the general price level would be most likely very high here. Okay, I really do not think persistently is a good word here. Okay, more general price level is highest at a very high point. Something like that would be good enough. All right, 好嘛，好啦，咁下一條啦。All right, next one. We talk about inflation and deflation. Now remember, inflation and deflation, it has to be a change in price level, but it has to be a persistent change in price level, increase or decrease, persistent. Now here, inflation is very likely to occur when, let's see which one, okay? First, here, increase the sales tax rate, okay? Now think about it. When sales tax rate, okay, sales tax, now most likely, this would make price increase. Yes, this is true. But remember, sales tax almost a one-off increase in price. 係咪？升一次嘅啫嘛，收一次稅咪貴一次咯。Okay, most likely is a one-off. So doubtful. I would say A is doubtful. It may be possible, but doubtful. 好嘛，好，第二個啦。The room prices of many hotels rise sharply during this Chinese New Year holiday. Now here we have 2 problems. First, only talking about room here, which is one good only. But when we talk about inflation and deflation, we are talking about general price level of many goods, right? So only one. Second, Chinese New Year, again, a one-off increase due to higher demand, right? So here we have two problems. One good, one off. 好嗎? Now, third, more infrastructures are to be built, right? 係咪起多啲嘢啦? Okay, so most likely it says, I will increase, right? I will increase, AD would increase, then price level may increase, right? May increase. 好嗎? Now, seems likely, but again, let's look at D first. 好嗎? 睇下有冇問題啦，而家。The production cost of many goods and services increases continuously. Now, D is the answer here. Why? Because when you look at A, B, and C, most of them do not contain the word continuously. When we talk about inflation, it has to be persistent, continuous, right? Production cost of many goods and services increases continuously. Remember, production cost increases, meaning supply drop. So, price would go up. Many of them, so not just one good, unlike B, right? Many goods continuously increasing. So, D is the answer here. My best answer here, anyway. Sorry, my voice is a little bit off. I don't know why. 唔知咩事，有啲問題. Okay, now next one. Now, which of the following statement about inflation are correct? Let's see. Okay, now first of all, inflation refers to a persistent, yes, persistent increase in the average level of prices of goods and services in an economy, right? Yes, standard. Inflation weakens the purchasing power of money. Yes, remember, higher the price, lower the purchasing power, as always, right? As always. So number two, also correct. Number three, inflation does not exist in a barter economy. Yes, because barter economy, now remember, inflation only occurs when there is money price, right? Money price. Money price, right? There is no money. Can you say anything about inflation? Here, remember, barter, meaning there is no money. Okay, so does not exist. 1, 2, and 3. All right, so that's it. Now, next one. Next one. Yeah. Wait a minute. My computer, something funny. Dear Microsoft, always Windows update at the most opportunistic moment. Okay, now I held on to the Windows update. So let us continue here. Now on question 5, right? When the implicit GDP deflator, basically the GDP deflator, which means it's a general price level, right? Decreases. Now what does that mean? It means that prices of all goods decreases, right? Right? No. Only on average, the prices decreased. Not every single good. Okay, 好嗎? Now, people's nominal income decreases. No, not nominal income. We are only talking about GDP deflator. It should be here. Cost of living decreased. Because remember, things become cheaper, then the cost of living would decrease. Okay, 好嗎? Now, next one. Now, which of the following study following information about this? You see, year 1, year 2, year 3, right? Here, the CPI increased, then decreased. Okay, now which of the following statement is correct? There is neither inflation nor deflation in country A. Yes, exactly, right? You see, there is no persistent increase or persistent decrease. Yes, correct, right? Now, what about B, C, and D? Standard of living was lower in year 2. Remember, standard of living cannot be concluded just by looking at figures, right? 得唔得？唔可以啊 ，OK? So no. Now what I want to see the cost of living of household of all household. When you see all household, no, only on average the cost of living decreased, but not all household. Okay, 得唔得？ On average, because when we talk about CPI, it is an average number, not all number. Okay, 好嘛？ Purchasing power of money was the highest in year 2. Actually, it's just the opposite. It should be the lowest, right? It should be the lowest because the so-called price index, things are most expensive, meaning the purchasing power of money should be the lowest. Okay, 好嘛？ So the answer is D here. Now here, question 7. It asks the equation of exchange. Now remember, equation of exchange is MV equals to PY. Nothing else. 嗱，唔好懶醒加啲嘢落去啊。We have not gone into QTM. So don't say V is constant, Y is constant. No. Equation of exchange. Simply this equation. Now this equation, remember, it is a mathematical equation. Okay? So it must be correct, not refutable. 啲計數計出嚟嘅一定啱㗎。Okay? 好嘛？ Now it does not express the neutrality of money. Okay? What is the neutrality of money? It means that whenever money supply goes up, it would not affect real output. Okay? So equation of exchange does not say that. Which theory says that? It's actually the classical QTM. 呢個係 classical QTM 講嘅喎，呢個唔係 equation of exchange 講嘅喎。Okay, same for C. Okay, C. This is also QTM, not equation of exchange. Okay, 好嘛？ All right, now next one. QTM again. Now according to the QTM, if there is a deflation while nominal GDP increases, okay, 好嘛？ Let's see. So QTM, MV equals to PY. V constant, right? When there is a deflation here, deflation, right? P decreases while nominal GDP increases. Nominal GDP meaning PY increases, right? So it would imply something. It would imply something. What does it imply? It implies that first, right? We know money, because since PY increases, it must mean M must increase. So decrease may increase, decrease, or remain unchanged. These two are wrong. Okay? Now, PY, this whole thing increases, right? This whole thing increases, but P drops. What does that mean? It means that Y must increase by quite a lot to make the whole number goes up, right? So here, real GDP increases. Okay, so this is how we use QTM. Okay, 嗱唔係好難啫，唔算好難啫。Now next one. Now let's see. When there is a deflation, let's see what happens, right? Well, now remember, when there is a deflation, not 冇懶性啊 not unanticipated deflation 嗱有分別㗎嚇。If the deflation is fully expected, then there is no redistribution effect. Okay, so A is a big question mark here. 係咪 A 我唔知啱唔啱㗎 ？Because it didn't state whether this deflation is expected or not. If you fully expect it to come, in fact, there will be no effect. 你估到啊，仲點會有問題啫？係嘛 ？Only when it is unanticipated, unexpected, then there will be redistribution effects, right? So let's see, cost of living may increase or decrease. Well, it should decrease, right? It should decrease. So no, not here. Purchasing power of money increases. Yes, exactly. 係嘛？嗱 ，A 呢個可能難啊。I think some of you being tricked, you say it's A, right? But remember, A is not correct because it didn't say it is unanticipated, right? Investment in real asset would increase, right? No, actually, when there is a deflation, people would keep more money, 係嘛？ Because money, their value would go up. Okay, 好嘛？ They would keep more money and would keep less real asset. 係嘛？ keep 咁多咯。好啦， now next one, compared to next one, this time is different. It says unanticipated deflation. 嗱，今次真係 unanticipated 啦。Okay, so let's think about it. What is the deflation? Deflation basically here means purchasing power would go up. Okay, now let's remember this. Purchasing power goes up. Then we will construct our answer from here. Jackie, who receives a fixed amount of pocket money every week. Now, here first, fixed. Okay, so let's say receives, we copy, right? Receives, but then purchasing power increase, right? We say receives more purchasing power, 收多咗錢. So this is a gain, not lose. Okay, 呢個賺嗰個嚟㗎，唔係蝕嗰個啊，好嘛？ Because he is receiving more purchasing power, 收多咗錢喎，係嘛？好啦，嗱 B 啦，嗱我諗 B, maid who earns a performance-based salary again receives more purchasing power. So also gain here. Now C, Elaine, who bought a computer in an installment, then installment, right? She will pay more purchasing power. 俾多咗錢. Yes, this is a loss. 俾多咗錢啊，比預期係嘛？ You are paying more than expected, right? So you lose. Now Daniel, who receives 唔講啦 ，receive 你知啦。Okay, so here answer is C in this question. I'm so sorry, my computer decided to act funny whenever I'm taking video. Now, hopefully, no more pauses this time. All right, now, question 11. Now, suppose the expected inflation. Now, whenever you see expected inflation rate and nominal interest rate, then you know what it is asking. It is definitely asking the famous Fisher's equation, right? 睇住啦喎，嗱 nominal equals to expected real plus expected inflation, something like that, right? 係咪又係呢條啦？ Now, if the realized inflation rate turns out to be 7%, now if you remember, we say the full version of this so-called Fisher's equation, we can also make it into the actual real plus actual inflation, right? 好唔好啊？嗱，咁就啦，所以嗱，我哋開始執數咯噃。Now, expected inflation rate and this nominal interest rate, 7%. So what does that mean? Right? Now, if the realized inflation rate turns out to be 7%, okay, here, realized actual, right? 7%, meaning actual real will be 0%. Now, what about the expected? Okay, let's say the expected inflation rate is 5%, meaning the expected real return would be 2%. Okay, 好嗎? Now, let's see. Realized real interest, 0. We just know, right? Nominal rate of return of holding cash is -2. No, remember, by holding cash, nominally, you will get the same amount tomorrow. 今日揸住100蚊，聽日都係揸800蚊。You have 100 today, you hold it. Tomorrow, still 100, 0%. Okay, so both A and B not correct. Now, what about D, C and D? Let's look at D first. Now here, realized real interest rate 0 is lower than expected. Yes, 0 lower than expected. 2%, right? Now, when the actual inflation and the expected inflation is not the same, right? This is a perfect case.嗱，你有冇發覺the realized inflation rate is higher than the expected inflation rate? We call this unexpected inflation. 好嘛 ？Unexpected inflation 啊。Then of course, wealth distribution will occur, right? 係咪啊？會啦，發覺啦。Now, the so-called purchasing power would fall, something like that. 係咪？所以會啊。好啦，now next one. What about next one? Now question 12. Now, which of the following statements about real interest rate is correct now? Real interest rate. 好嘛？嗱， when there is unanticipated inflation, the real interest rate will be lower than expected. Of course, right? This is how. How come we say they lose, right? Correct. Now, what about B? Real interest rate cannot be negative. No. If the so-called inflation is bigger than nominal, then it is negative, right? 好啦，see啦， when real interest rate is 0, nominal interest rate is also 0， 係咪咧？係咪啊？ When it is 0, it means that inflation rate will be the same as nominal rate， 係嘛？係咪咧？唔一定明㗎。Okay, now finally, the real interest rate here is the opportunity cost of holding money. Now remember, holding money, what is the opportunity cost? The nominal, not real. Okay, 好嘛？所以啦 ，A 係答案啦。Alright, so next one. Now we are venturing into underemployment, unemployment, etc. 好嘛？好啦 ，let's see. Now, which of the following are included in the labor force? Remember, what is labor force, right? Now, labor force over 15 years old, willing and able to work full time. These people would be in the labor force, okay? Now, Mrs. Chen, a housewife seeking part-time. So, no, this is not in the labor force, right? Now, Mr. Wong, who is taking part in a part-time postgraduate and is seeking a program. Part-time studying, meaning cannot work full-time, right? 係咪啊？唔可以 full-time 喎，你 part-time 讀書嘛 ，cannot work full-time. So, no. Now, number 3, retired teacher. Oh, 咦唔係喎 here, I think actually, okay, taking a part-time course and is seeking a job, right? I think this one, no. Now think about this one. Part-time postgraduate, some of them will study at night, so they can still work full-time. 嗱，又係啦，嗱呢啲問題 sometimes publisher problems like this， 我成日都話反真呢啲問題啊。Because look at 3, Mr. Poon, who is retired and occasionally works as a volunteer in community center, right? Occasionally, not full-time, occasionally. So definitely not full-time, right? So I think only A, number 2 is the answer, right? Now, study at nights, in the morning and afternoon, working full-time, right? Of course, he's not working full-time, but seeking. Remember, seeking a job, unemployed, still in the labor force. 好嘛？包括埋 unemployed 嗰啲人，好嘛？嗱 ，sorry 啊，有啲輕機添。Now, the final 3 questions here. Now, study the following table. Now, we have employed population, unemployed population, and underemployed population. Okay, remember unemployment rate. How do you calculate? It is unemployed population divided by labor force, which is defined by employed population plus unemployed population times 100%. Now, in our case, this one would be 20. This one would be 200. So it will be 10%. Now, same, underemployment rates would be underemployed population divided by employed population plus unemployed population times 100%. 好啦，望望啦。In our case, this will be 25. This will be 200, and that would give us, yes, this one. D is the answer. 好嘛 12.5. Okay, just calculation. Remember, right? In examination, don't just add them all up. Only add up employed and unemployed. Remember, underemployed belongs to part of the employed population already. 好嘛？嗱，要記住啊，唔好俾人陰到啦。嗱 ，Question 15. Now, suppose the Hong Kong government raised the retirement age to deal with the problem of aging population. Now, which of the following statement is most likely correct? Okay, let's see. Now, when they raise the retirement age of, sorry, computer. Oh, come on. Now here, I found it out. Okay, okay, now here, remember, you need to clarify one concept. Raising the retirement age does not make labor force increase or decrease. Okay, remember the definition of labor force: over 15 years, willing and able to work full time. Okay, 有冇話retirement 啊？ Nothing to do with retirement. Okay, 得唔得？ So labor force would not be a factor. Now, on the other hand, when the civil servants, right? When the civil servants, the older ones, okay? When you raise the retirement age, the older ones do not leave their job. 好啦，老嗰個唔走，後生嗰個點啊？ Most likely, right? The freshman would be unlikely to get a job. Fresh unemployment most likely would increase, which means unemployed population increase, but labor force remains unchanged. Unemployment rates most likely would increase in this case. 都幾荒謬啊，係咪啊？ But that's the case, right? That's really what's going on all over the world. Okay, 好嘛？ So finally, a little bit tricky, but once you know the trick, there is nothing special. Remember, 話幾多次啊？ Retirement age has nothing to do with labor force. As long as someone is willing and able to work, they will be in the labor force. 唔關你退休歲數事㗎，好唔好啊？ Okay, finally, question 16. Now, which of the following is a cause of unemployment to the government? 各位睇清楚啊 ，to the government. Okay, 好嘛 ？So, a decrease in salary tax collected. Other, all these are not to the government. This one to the society. Living standard of people also to this one is to the unemployed. Okay, only B is to the government. All right, so these are all the MCs. I can't say the MCs are exactly very well designed, right? Some of them are not quite hitting the main points in examination. 係嘛？唔係好重嘅。嗱，唔緊要啦。嗱 ，anyway, let us then go to the short questions and long questions and get it done quickly. 好嘛？好啦，嗱嚟啦。嗱 ，short question number 1. Now refer to the following information about an economy. You see a cycle here. Now point A, what is this? This is a trope, right? Suggest two phenomena that can be observed in trope. 費事講咧。 自己睇啦，自己睇啦，唔講咧。Now, next one, question 2. Here, about CPI and GDP deflator. Okay, remember, now, 2A. Now, in fact, this whole thing can be copied from textbook, but let's quickly go through that. Okay, now, first of all, what is CPI? CPI is a selected basket of goods and services that is commonly purchased by consumers. 淨係 consumer 啫噃 ，selected basket of goods and 一籃子嘅貨品 ，OK selected not all not all OK while GDP deflator is a weighted average again weighted average of course here also weighted average also weighted average OK but of all 嗱，唔好漏咗一隻字啦。Final goods and services that is counted in GDP. Okay, these are the definitions. Nothing too difficult. Just refer back to your textbook. Now, if you look at these two, you can already know the coverage. B1 coverage of CPI will be smaller than that of GDP deflator for obvious reason. One only counts several goods and services. The other, all final goods in GDP, right? Now, weighting as well. Weighting, CPI actually varies less. 唔係冇變得咁多㗎 because usually consumers, the goods that they buy usually doesn't change that much. 唔係變好多㗎咋，係咪？我買開中意嗰樣嘢 ，I like buying that thing. Most likely, we will stick to that thing. Won't change a lot, right? 好嘛？嗱 so let's go then to the next question. Again, question 2, right? Question 2, just copy from your textbook. Not going to waste your time here. Now this one is funny, right? 唔知點解好多人計錯啊 3A, right? We need to calculate the inflation rate. Inflation rate is calculated by new 新減舊除舊啊 Okay, so that would be 90. I think this is a 98 or 95. 98 minus 105. 新減舊除舊 divided by old, and that would give us negative 6.67%. Okay, now sorry, don't miss out. 嗱咁樣寫緊啊 In examination, remember times 100%. 係啊，考評局話要㗎。EAA says you need to write 啦。Okay, you need to write 啦。好嘛？好啦，嗱 3B did not expect any change in price level. So you did not expect, but turns out deflation. What do we call this? We call this an unexpected deflation, which means if we brainstorm, purchasing power would increase. Now, Mr. Chen signed a contract, fixed salary, right? Sign a contract, fixed salary with an employer. So he will receive. Did not expect. Let's see. Mr. Chen signed a 2-year fixed salary contract with an employer, right? With an employer. So he's receiving money, right? Explain whether Mr. Chen or Mr. Chen's employer. Okay, now let's see which one. So let's use Mr. Chen. Mr. Chen, would he gain or lose, right? Now, he would actually gain because he would be receiving more in terms of purchasing power than originally expected. So Mr. Chen gained, so his employer would lose, something like that. All right, so this is question 3. Not exactly too difficult as well. Now next one, let's see. Now question 4 here. Gain or lose when there's unanticipated inflation. 好啦，其實 unanticipated inflation meaning purchasing power would drop. 好啦 then we construct our answer using this purchasing power drop. 好嗎？好啦 a man received fixed rates. So when someone receives less PP, this is a loss, right? Lose. 好易諗咋係咪啊？好易諗咋嗱，我唔寫咁多啦，好嘛？嗱 ，what about B? A woman who borrow money at a fixed interest rate. Borrow, so she will pay less purchasing power. Then a gain. Housewife who deposited at a fixed interest rate, receiving fixed interest, receives less PP, lose, right? 好嘛？嗱呢條好簡單啦，我哋唔嘥時間。OK， 嗱 next one. Next one. Assuming there is a 10% increase in money supply, increased by 10%. So according to the quantity theory of money, QTM. Now remember, not classical QTM. And it says in the short run. So according to QTM, it says V would be constant in MV equals to PY. So what does that mean? It means when M increases 10%, it necessarily means PY would increase by 10%. Necessarily. Okay? So how will real output change if price level is general price level is increased by 3%? So you just need to do here 3P increased by 3%. So Y would most likely increase by around 6.8%, around this percentage. Okay? 好唔好啊？原來咁計翻嘅啫。The important thing is that you need to point out V is constant in our case. Now what about next one? B. How will general price level and the real output change in the long run? Now remember, now this is a different story when it comes to long run, because when we talk about long run QTM, meaning V and Y will be both constant in NV equals to PY. Now therefore, we know Y would be unchanged. And price level, since M increased by 10%, here it must have the same percentage increase. P will be increased by 10% too. Okay? So this is how we use QTM, short run and long run. You just need to remember, short run QTM, V constant, long run QTM or classical QTM, V, Y, both constant. Okay? 好嘛？好啦 next one. An article stating that, okay, stop releasing inflation figures independently. The IMF predict that if Venezuela government keep printing money, and increases to finance its budget deficit, inflation rates would reach 1,000,000%. Wow, 好誇張哦 1,000,000% by the end of 2018. 好誇張哦 Now here, let's see. Explain the prediction made by IMF using quantity theory of money, right? Remember, MV equals to PY. This is our equation of exchange. Now, when we talk about QTM, let's say we are using the classical QTM. Therefore, you see, V constant, Y also constant, right? Now, since Venezuela government keep printing money here, the only result would be price level will keep going up. So if they keep printing money, price level keep going up. Our assumption is using classical QTM. velocity of circulation constant and real output constant. So that is the long run. B 啦. Now during inflation, workers usually have their pay raised. Now explain under what condition would the real income will decrease. Now this one, you just need to use Fisher's equation. Remember, right? Now Fisher's equation, nominal equals to real plus inflation rate, okay? Expected inflation. Now, it says nominal increases, right? Here, nominal increases. But under what situation would this one decrease? I think you know, right? When expected inflation or realized inflation, right? Is bigger. So the condition is that when the inflation rate is higher than the nominal increase in wage. Nominal percentage increase in wage. 係嘛？你升咗，你人工多咗2%，但係通脹10%， right? So you will be losing 8% in return, right? 好嘛？ So this is how we answer. Again, nothing too difficult. So let us move on. 咁長嘅呢份功課，我講極都唔完咁好似。Okay, now next one. The size of labor force of economy X has been decreasing steadily. Okay, it says labor force steadily decreasing. Okay, aging population. Observe that unemployment rate during the same period has been decreasing. 發覺啦，原來會跌喎。So explain why. Even when labor force decreases, how come unemployment rates would decrease? Now, first, remember, whenever you have to explain unemployment rate, first thing you do, step number 0, state the equation. 唔好諗咁多啦嚇。Unemployment rate equals to here, unemployed population divided by labor force times 100%. 講咗10萬次要寫啦嚇。If you don't write this, you get a -1. I've told you a million times. 你都錯抵死，好冇？ Now here, let's start with this equation. Now we know labor force decreases, right? So under what condition would unemployment rates decrease? I think you already can see. Only when unemployed population is decreasing even faster than labor force, right? So the condition we need to say is that the percentage decrease in unemployed population is bigger than the percentage decrease. Yeah, this one decrease, this one increase. Yes, is bigger than the percentage decrease in labor force. Then the unemployment rate would decrease. 係啦，佢就會跌啦。好嘛？ As to why, there may be a lot of reasons. For example, maybe more job available, right? Maybe more job available, or maybe, right? Or maybe the unemployed population just go away. Just go away, leaving all the unemployed people leaving the labor force. 嗱，唔重要嘅，唔好嘥時間，好嘛？ So this is condition, right? 好嘛？好啦，下一條啦。我真係好長喎，講極都唔完嘅。Now next one, this one we have actually looked through it in our notes. Might as well look at it again. Here, Macau has developed rapidly in recent years. Have been attached. Now, suppose the number of job positions in Hong Kong. Here, we are saying Macau, Hong Kong people leaving to Macau, 香港走去澳門，好嘛？ So, what does that mean? It means that when Hong Kong people leaving for Macau, it means that Hong Kong's labor force would go down. 走咗啊！呢人冇人做嘢咯，係嘛？ Now we know labor force has gone down. Now this is a very funny sentence. It says number of job position does not change. What does that mean? It translates into job position remains unchanged, meaning employed population would remain unchanged. Therefore, we know that the decrease in labor force, the number of decrease in labor force will be exactly the same as the, now I'm not saying percentage, I'm saying number decrease in labor force will be the same as the number decrease in unemployed population. Therefore, by the virtue of unemployment rates equals to unemployed population divided by labor force times 100%. Now, remember, labor force, the base number is bigger than unemployed population. Must be 肯定㗎啦. Therefore, we would know that the percentage decrease in labor force would be smaller than the percentage decrease in unemployed population. Now, therefore, what does that mean? Unemployment rates should go down. 跌啦會，原來咁會跌咗啦。Okay, so this is very mathematical in nature. Again, I've explained it in our teaching videos. So if you don't know what's going on, do go back to our teaching videos for a revision. Okay, 好唔好啊？好啦，嗱 next one. Now question 1. How is nominal interest rate related to real interest rate? Remember, Fisher's equation. Nominal equals to real plus expected inflation rates. 好啦，唔講咁多啦。好啦，嗱 what about part B? Now, which of these two interest rates is the cost of holding money, right? Nominal, very simple, because by holding money, 好啦，你揸住錢 when you hold money, what can't you do? You forego the value from investing the money in bonds. And the return of bonds is exactly our nominal interest rate. 你咪放棄咗個 nominal interest rate 咯，係咪啊？ So this is our answer. Okay, now here, C. Explain under what situation nominal real equals to real. 冇玩啦。Inflation 0 咯 ，inflation rate equals to 0 咯，唔講啦，黐線。Now D, when there is a change, when the change in general price level is positive, real interest rate will be lower than this. Again, Fisher's equation. N equals real plus inflation. Now, when general price level is positive, meaning this guy will be positive, then using your mathematical so-called knowledge, you will know nominal will be bigger than real. Therefore, yes, this is correct. Okay, this is a correct statement. 好嘛？嗱 not a terribly difficult question. So let's move on quickly. 我仲有幾多條？講極都唔完咁啊呢份嘢。Okay, for whatever reason, we have gone back to our credit creation. 唔知點解啊？是但啦。好啦，嗱 here, now question 2. Now suppose the public hold this amount in cash and banking system does not hold any excess reserve, right? Now let's calculate. Okay, for 2A, monetary base M0, remember it is CP plus R. CP 500. Reserve 1500. 200 million. Right? 200 million. Now what about MS? Money supply will be CP plus D. 係咪啊？我哋啦 CP plus D deposit, right? So it would be 500 deposit here. 6,000. 6500 million. Okay? 好嗎？ Now, suppose the public deposit all cash they held in the banking system and fully loan out maximum possible amount of deposit and the new money supply. this one just standard affair. 我喺上面計好嘛？ Now here, let's do part B. Part B. Remember our 7-step approach. First step. What would be the final reserve? Remember, we start with 1500. Now they deposit all the money, 500, into the bank. Then we will have 500 extra. It will be 2,000 million as our final reserve. Now step number 2, since it is maximum, right? So D times R will be this one, 2,000. Let's calculate our here, right? Now, originally, no excess reserve. Therefore, our would just be 1500 divided by 6,000. And that would give us 25%. Meaning, new deposit would be 8,000 million. Now, what about money supply? 好啦，記住啦 ，money supply is CP plus D. Now, what happens to CP? They deposit all money. Therefore, 8,000 million. Therefore, our final answer will be the same, 8,000 million. 好嗎？ So, this is the answer. Very easy. Now, C. Based on the quantitative theory of money, predict the change in money supply in B. Effect on the price level in long run. 我又寫喺上面啦，好嘛？嗱，我嚟寫後面。Remember, QTM in long run. Long run QTM sets V and Y are constant in MV equals to PY. Now, since money supply increased by a certain percentage, we know price level will increase. So the wording we use is that we predict price level will increase. 嗱，記住寫呢個啊 ，by the same percentage. 寫清楚 ，don't just say increase. You should say by the same percentage or proportional. 要寫清楚啊，冇 miss 咗啊，好冇 ？So this is how we answer. Again, not too difficult. Let's not waste too much time. 好啦，應該最後一條啦，應該真係最後一條啦咗。Okay, now finally a table, right? 好嘛 ？Calculate unemployment rate and underemployment rate. 嗱，唔該你唔好再錯嚇。Unemployment rate, unemployed personnel, labor force times 100%. So what is the labor force in this case? 嗱，唔該你唔好再加錯啊。Labor force, it's employed plus unemployed. 你再加錯，我幫你唔到。Okay? Now, so here, unemployed, right? It should be here. Labor force, this one. We know unemployed would be here. 300,000. So, what is the percentage? 我撳機啦，撳下機就知啦。等等啊 ，wait a minute. So, 300,000 divided by 4800,000. Yes, it would be here, 6.25. Now, what about underemployment? Underemployment, right? 1200,000 divided by 4800,000. Yes, 2.5. All right, so what about B here? B. Explain how the following events would affect unemployment rate in country A. Now, the government provide cash subsidy to low-income workers, right? The low-income workers. Okay, now, many of you say, right, when they provide to the low-income workers, people here, B1, then the unemployed would be encouraged to get employed because they want to get the subsidy. 係咪啊？因為想攞啲錢啊。So you say unemployment rate will decrease. Now remember, right? These guys are encouraged. But think about the question. Would they get a job? 佢揾唔揾到工先？ So the answer is actually uncertain. We are not certain about unemployment rate, right? We're not certain about unemployment rates because we do not know whether they will fall into the unemployed or employed. 真係唔知啊，係咪？ Even someone outside of the labor force, they may want to join to get the money, but can they get a job? We don't know. 唔知啊，得唔得啊？所以真係唔知啊。Okay, now what about B2? B2, some multinationals relocate their headquarters from country A to other country. 喂，搬走咗咧，知咩意思啊？ Okay, here. When they move away, meaning job position available would decrease. Now, therefore, employed population would decrease. Well, employed 跌咗 labor force unchanged, meaning unemployment rates must decrease, must increase, must increase. 唔使解咯，呢個唔使解啦。Now finally, part C, following phenomena are in country A. Growth rate of inflation rate is slowing down. Level of investment is falling. 你逢親見到 investment falling, what does it mean? It is a recession. 唔使問啦。Contraction, recession. Okay, and I think this is actually really the end of chapter 21. So you see, right? Chapter 21, not exactly too difficult and not exactly, let's say, not exactly too important as well. So spend more time on ADAS and probably our next video on chapter 22, fiscal and monetary policy, right? Now that will be the last video before your examination. Until then, I'll see you again next time and good luck with your examination. All right, see you later.